Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. That's a message from Ogun. We just did a long reading, only for us to end the reading being like, the point was, we don't know. We don't know the point. And I can say what I took away from that message was that I really enjoy reading. I really enjoy delivering messages, and I get really annoyed when there's no message to be received, because I really like giving messages, being a messenger. I like being in commandment, in proximity to spirit, and speaking from the soul, from my heart, and delivering messages. And I really enjoy doing that with a certainty. I don't like not feeling like something is being said. I like teaching. So the lesson revealed in moments that feel like a waste is where your passion lies. And if you feel upset, and if you feel robbed, if you feel Seven of Swords, if you feel like something was taken from you, you realize what you value. Because if the tower happens and you don't even notice because you don't give a fuck, that means that thing wasn't important to you. But if a tower happens and you're crying and begging on your knees, well, there's the gift. You just discovered that thing was really meaningful to you. You just discovered that you value your time, you value your home, you value that relationship. And sometimes the way that we have to learn that is by wasting our time or losing something or giving something up. I had to give up on that message, but that was the point. I have to let this go because I know which messages are meaningful, and I know which ones. I know where the message ends. I know where the point ends and where you're just dragging things on. And I understood that there was a point to that whole process because it was long and it was draining, holding out hope for something that wasn't happening, which was really disappointing. But also understanding that you value hope and you value something happening. You value receiving clarity. You value receiving message. I value delivering clarity. It shows you something. And I think that's probably what Ogun is talking about with slow work. With Eight of Pentacles work, it takes a while, and the lesson sometimes doesn't always even set in. Sometimes you can make it all the way through the Pentacles, all the way through Earth energy. You can go your whole lifetime and not get the message and not get the point until the next lifetime, until you're a soul again, until you're something else, until you're a star, until you're something else. Sometimes you go all the way through Earth energy, all the way through life, and you don't receive what you thought you were supposed to receive. And then you get to the other side and you realize you did receive it. You just received it in the form of loss, in the form of grief, in the form of ignorance, in the form of nothingness, in the form of sacrifice, in the form of theft, in the form of dishonesty. And that is the balance. And now in the next lifetime, you will receive what you were meant to receive in the form of fulfillment, in the form of joy, in the form of understanding, in the form of growth, in the form of progress. But everything has to happen in balance. You have to go through the darkness to get to the light. You have to go through the mountain. You have to go over the mountain. Even if you're going around it, you're dealing with the mountain. You can't avoid the mountain. But there's something on the other side. It's in the beginning. It could be another mountain. Let's hope it's not. Let's not deal with a mountain range unless you're really trying to deal with something. But even that, then you're climbing mountains and you're a mountaineer. But that's the work. And most of the work is done in the dark. Most of the work you don't realize you're doing until it's been done, until it's been over. And then the next part of that work is the reflection, is looking at the past and being like, oh shit, I just did all that. That's why so many of us have lifetimes as soldiers, and that was your whole life. And that's why there's so many people now going through wars, and that's their whole life. At some point, you have to deal with these lessons. At some point, you have to be in the struggle and in the sacrifice energy and feel like there's no point. And there might not be a point that's proven to you that entire lifetime, but it'll come eventually. And sometimes it doesn't matter whether you trust that or not. It's just the process of existing. And there has to be, if you want to, you're going to survive either way, but if you want to bring yourself a bit of relief, that comes with just accepting that aspect of things. Wow, listen to this. Staring at the bottom of your glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. But dreams come slow and they go fast. You see her when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely dies. But you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let it go. Staring at the ceiling in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart. 'Cause love comes slow and it goes fast. Well, you see her when you fall asleep, but never to touch and never to keep. 'Cause you loved her too much and you dived too deep. That's really good writing. But that song is Let Her Go by Passenger. I feel like most of us probably know that song. That was huge when it first came out. But there's a real meaning to that song, and especially right now. I think Ogun wants us to look at that song and look at the lyrics and really understand the meaning and have a level of acceptance around what just is. So, yeah.